Hello, how are you? Hope that you are doing great today. It is a beautiful day here. Um, we are learning or keep learning about marketing and function of the company. We know that that department is the most important. We can say that it's most important department of the company because we represent the product, we represent the company, we represent the identity of the company. So we can say that we need to, to develop the whole strategy to be the good department, to have good relationship with other departments and with the consumers and the buyers of our product. So we need to be aware, to be um, in the way that we can keep going and the getting the strength to to have life in our department in the way that we can share with the people, with the designer, with the, the, the other companies that we what we are doing. So we need to have actions that action that uh, take us in the way that we want to as coordination with the other departments, with the consumer, with the buyers of the product. The marketing department should have close relationship with other departments of the company. We have said this before because the information that they have is going to help us in doing the good products that we need to do in the way that the information that we can give them and they give us make a complement to in the way to develop our our company, um, because the marketing department is the main link or the important link between the company and the consumers. So when we have the close relationship each other, we can say that we are improving our work, our our company, the people around, because it's not just the product, it's the people who is around the product that make the product, because the design that we are getting on the product, the way that we are selling the product, the the things that we do for selling has to talk about the company, about the identity, because the product is just is we can say is something that is is part of us. So we need to do in the way that uh, we we have the order in the way that follow and have the strategy, because when we have the strategy to follow how we can sell, how we can get the good perform of the company, the products, um, we need to see how we can do that. When we have a strategy, we can have the goals that we are going to do in long term, short term, but we have to work in the way that um, the department have like at the base of the things that we need. Is when we work with a short term, the short term make us to be aware with the security that we need to have in at first, the security and the adaptation that we need to have as first step that we are going to do, because the long term will be the complement as the first term uh, term goals, because when if our base is good, if the building that we are doing as a short-term goals, the long-term goal will be the complement, and we are going to add the things that we need for develop our department, our products, the people around. And when we talk about the long-term goals or short-term goals, we need to have the knowledge of the salt. When we said the salt, we are going we talk about the strength that we have as a company, the weakness, the opportunity, and the threat. So the fourth step that we need to study, we need to know, we have to design in the way that we know these four steps. What is our strength as a company? How can I compete with the other company? What is my weakness? How, what will be the problems selling the product? How can prevent the thing that is not going to work as well as we need, the opportunity, how can improve my sellings, how can improve the company, how can improve the presentation of the product, the design, the designers. In the third is, what is the thing that is can make us stop selling, stop having a good performance, how we can get the things in the way that we can get over the threats, and to and keep doing the right work. So marketing is so important. Is the department that we can um, make the strategies, we can make goals, we can make the design of the product as a first mission. Because when we have the order as organization, we have to think, what was the first mission? Are we in the first mission, or the original mission, the first step, the first base, the first identity? Are we working as the first step, as the first design? Are we walking in the same way? Are we doing the thing that we thought at the, or we planned at first as a identity, my identity, or the company identity, the design of our product, the quality of our product is working according to the first mission, the first step. So we can have to be careful with these points, because there are many things around that can make us confused, or make us feeling that we are not that good enough to make the product in the good way. because when we plan our make our plan as in marketing, we have to follow this organization. We have to choose a scheme to 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 make the mission be in the way that we plan at first. We have to define the group, the group of buyer. Um, if and see and have a review, either are they satisfied with our work, with our service? Are we agree in the way that we are working with? So we have to be careful with um, um, get those strategies with the goals. The first mission, the short and long term goals, and work on it. Because when we are in agreement doing this work that we need for the product, for the good design, for the good quality of the product, is difficult that we are not have having that succeed that we need as department, and be the part of the life of the company, the light that the company needs, especially in the marketing. um, I want to share a history of of a mark of water. Um, the mark is a mark, a Perrier, that was selling very good in Europe. Europe. Um, they have the good quality water. They maybe they was more expensive, but suddenly they stopped selling the same way. So they decide to sell this water in Europe in the way that the other water make, as they were doing selling in the way that they recuperate their place that they were losing. So they decide to be in the same way of the other mark, and they have not succeeded that they wanted to. They fail. So they have to start again in the base, in the short term goals, and start again to define their identity again, because they lost, and the people have they didn't see the water in the same position as they usually was buying, seeing, and drinking the water. So this step that we need in marketing is like make us prevent and walk in the right position, firm, and having the knowledge how to sell, how to get the performance, how to make people buying not just one product, the all products that we want to sell to them in not just one time, two or three, and make them feel that they know how to spend their money, their time, and the product is something that help them to be happy, to get at home with their children in their car when they need, according to the product that we are selling. So marketing is something that we can say that we need passion to sell, to design, to live in the department, make the other department be part of us, having the same life, the same passion, so we can say that our product is good, is have life, have light, and make us happy in the way that we are working with. Hope that these lessons are useful for you, and not just because the company or the product. It's because that we are doing things in life that is something make us alive, something that we can say every day, I'm going to work, I'm going to do something good, I'm going to have a good day today, making marketing. Thank you for being there. Thank you, and I hope that we can keep learning things and make a better life to live. Thank you.